Let's look at the evolution of the NBA through the lens of three-point shooting. All through the 80s, you heard about guys like Larry Bird here just being phenomenal three-point shooters. Now, I agree. I watched many games that Larry played. Very clutch, hit some really big shots. But the game was absolutely different back then. We're going to look at like 1980-81 season. Look, the average team was only shooting 2 3-pointers per game. The entire team. That's crazy on average. But as you look at through the 80s and into the 90s, you can see this number continue to gradually increase. By the time we get to the mid-90s, they're already shooting 16 3-pointers a game on average per team. That's 8 times as many 3-pointers per game in a 15-year span. That's game-changing. Guys like Reggie Miller and Glenn Rice, this was their era. This is when these guys were knocking down threes and changing the game. You see this dip right here? This is because of a slight rule change up in this area right here where they shorten the three-point line. But then they move it back to normal and you see the number dip back down. And even when we get up to 2010, you don't even break 20 on average. The average NBA team doesn't shoot 20 3-pointers a game until 2013. That's still 10 times as many 3-pointers that teams were shooting back in the 1980s. In the 80s, the 3-pointer wasn't a strategy on offense. It was a last resort, or shot clock's running out. You can't get the ball down low into the big man, and you just kick it out and hope it goes in. And even the 3-point shooting percentages were lower at that point in time. When the Splash Brothers hit, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, come on, man, this changed the NBA. And I don't see it ever going the other way. We fast forward to the 2024-2025 NBA season, and we're going to look at the average number that teams are shooting every game. Now remember, in 1980, 2 was the average. 2 was the average. On average, in the 2024-2025 season, the Boston Celtics were shooting, 47 3-pointers a game. So we go to a time when the average team was only shooting 2 3-pointers in a game to now the NBA. It's crazy. Look at this. All these teams shooting over 40 3-pointers a game. The game's changed. It's absolutely evolved. The players have evolved. I remember watching the evolution of basketball. And I remember seeing guys come into the NBA that had given a title 3-point specialist. It's crazy. And then people just started shooting more and more threes. We go from 1980, the entire team shooting 2 3-pointers per game. Fast forward to now. Look, Steph Curry shooting 11 3-pointers a game. Jason Tatum, 10. Anthony Edwards, 10. Look at this. All these people shooting 8 or 9 3-pointers a game. You can't tell me that the game hasn't changed. You can't tell me that the game hasn't evolved. In the early 80s, the NBA had no place for guys like Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver came at the right time, was a phenomenal 3-point shooter, and had a great career. Now, I've been watching the NBA and playing basketball since this time period here. I watched this chart here just go up and up and up. And now I'm seeing this right here. I don't like this. I'm by no means opposed to the 3-point shot. I just think nowadays, I believe it's used in excess. A good shot is a good shot. Nowadays, some of the shots that you see with all the crossovers and spin, step back, and jack up a 3, and you do that 6-7 times a game, man, that's something that you would never, ever see in an NBA game way back in the day. And that's the thing that I don't like, when it turns into a one-on-one and a person would rather just do a bunch of crossovers and step back and shoot a 3 than try to create or get their teammates involved. That's the part of it I don't like. I think Even a team shooting 20 to 25 3-pointers a game wouldn't be too much. But I think when almost every possession down the court you're trying to jack up a three, I don't like it. It's just too much. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the evolution of the NBA and the state of it now? And the fact that the NBA is proposing rule changes, because a lot of people feel that the NBA isn't watchable anymore. No, I don't feel it's completely unwatchable, but I would definitely love to see less 3-point shooting and more of other things.